everyone. So welcome back to the week 1 of March, and we are continuing our Plan With Me series. I like to do this because it helps me get organized throughout the week. And even though it is technically the second week of March, I still call it the first week since technically last week was the end of February. And so, depending on what month the Sunday of starts, and so last week we did have, let me see, we had February 26th. And so that would still be considered the last week of February. So this is our week 1 of March. And as you can see, I pre-filled my Sunday. Not too much going on. It's always my church day. And I did work in the afternoon on a new pig pen. And so we had an area specifically where we had them. And so that's going to be the project for the week. And I really want to get it done before Friday because I'll be going out of town. So my Monday is looking really busy, and it always is, but I have a couple of important meetings for today. I do have an internal process meeting with some of the talent leaders, and then also my mid-year check-in with my manager where we review my performance and just some of the goals that I have for this year, and just ensuring that I am on track, and for the ones that I am struggling with, making sure that he's able to, work with me and provide some resources on how I can meet those goals. For the most part, Mondays are pretty chill. It's usually my catch up day. I work on updating any of the notes that I had for my project task. Again, since today I do have some of those important meetings, I'm just capturing a lot of that feedback and just setting myself up for success. I use Notion as my main project planner. And so you'll see that a lot on my blog where I talk about how I've used Notion. It's a free application that you can sign up for, and then you're able to create your own templates. I do sell a couple of the templates on my Etsy page, primarily for anyone who's into project management or even in teaching. That's the industry that I'm working with right now. And so I just have a lot of that experience and to see what works and what doesn't work. But like I said, Monday is pretty chill. Even though it does seem like it's a busy day, most of them are just meetings. Not too much that I have to catch up on since this week I'm really going to just concentrate on our spring break plans for work. And so because I do work in the education industry, we have the whole next week of spring break off, which is going to be really amazing because that's going to give me some time to just refocus on some of the projects that I have personally. And I want to make sure that I'm also setting up my position up for success where I plan everything that we need to do before we go on spring break. So as I mentioned in my blog, if you've had some time to read on it, I am a administrator for some of the talent data systems, and that means that I work on our applicant tracking system. I own it. I have to make sure that people are knowing and understanding that we will be off on break, so there won't be any communication from our recruiters or our managers. And if people are in current interviews, that they know that we'll be back to work on the 20th. And so it seems like such a long time to then, but like I said, it's one of those things where I love doing it. It's a really great way for me to learn more about how systems work and how we can really just improve our hiring process. But I'm working here on my Tuesday and Wednesday planning. So as far as meetings, Monday was actually the one that took the most time. But for the rest of the week, it's really, really spaced out. Like I said, there's not much going on because we are planning to get ready for spring break. And so a lot of, people on my team are minimizing at the meetings that they have so that they're not, again, preparing themselves to get on that break for the week. So we're really just tidying up some loose ends, sending communication to the applicants who have applied to our jobs, But yeah, so, and then not only that, but there's actually a lot of stuff going on at my church this week. And so Tuesday, you'll see there that I have my ladies' night. We get together with some of the women at church and we just kind of network and just kind of chat about, what are some of the good things that are going on, or if we need prayer support. And then Wednesday, we have our Bible study. So, I don't know. It's one of those things where I just love it when we have our ladies' night because everyone at my church is just so amazing, so nice. They really have been some of my biggest support systems as I try to get closer to God in my journey. But then I also have other projects, right? I'm working also as a social media manager for some of the companies. And so not just for my church, but also for a marketing company. We have a campaign going on. So that's still happening today. This week. And then I'm also just putting down some of the notes that I know I need to work on this week, like the duplicate candidates that we have on our system, making sure that I remember to pick up my toddler because sometimes I'll get so into deep into my work that I'll forget that I need to put on my shoes and get comfortable so that I can go pick her up. And then just a couple of items where I have different huddles with my with different managers, really just getting deep into how we can become a little bit more data driven. And so I just love that about the position that I'm in. I'm getting to a space where I can really just tell people what will work and what won't work in aspect of the talent acquisition field. This is a very tough field if you don't know some of the recruiting metrics that we should be measuring and how we can be more data driven. And so part of my job as a data leader is being able to provide support for any of the leaders within our department so that we can get them to success. And if you don't know it, right now is like prime time for the recruiting industry within education. We're getting ready for the next school year. We're getting ready to staff all of our schools. And so a lot of my conversations and meetings for this week will primarily be focused on that, making sure that we do have that data, that we do have a way to communicate with their school leaders and just check in with them to see what positions are still open and how we can help them fill it so that they are completely 100% staffed for the next school year. I know it sounds crazy, but we do try to do this very early on so that we're not waiting too late in the game to either transfer some of the teachers that want to move to a different school or, anyone else who is thinking about a new career. And I apologize if you can hear my dogs barking in the background. I just realized that we didn't close the pig pen, so now they're out. um, so that is the reason why I like to record in the afternoons. It's a little bit quieter, but considering that we've been building this new pig pen, obviously that's gonna allow some of the free movements for our little piggies here. And I say little, but honestly, they're very big. um, Going back into what I mentioned in the beginning, I'm also working on the Saturday and then I'll also work into Sunday. This upcoming Sunday is my sister's wedding, and so she's getting married to who's now really considered part of the family already. He's amazing. He's, a really great match, and I'm excited that they're finally going to tie the knot after like 9-10 years of being together. So really grateful that they have known each other for that long. They have a wonderful and beautiful daughter slash my beautiful niece who's also the same age as my toddler. So I'll actually be doing the makeup for my mom and my other sisters. So I will make sure that I pack everything that I need for Friday, since Friday is when I'll be taking off in the afternoon. Other than that, I just realized I didn't put in some of the stickers here, but so you'll probably see me going back to this. But I'm just finalizing here the stickers, adding in some of the notes that I have for my planner. Again, this planning insert has been amazing. Yeah, see, I totally forgot to put in my stickers. So I'm going back and putting in the stickers for the rest of the days. But it's pretty short. None of this has been too complicated. And like I said, these stickers are really useful to figure out some quick snippets of how, what's upcoming, what I still need to do. Throughout the week, you'll actually see me add in more items into the priorities list, into the to-do list. That's very normal. I don't add too many things as I'm planning throughout the week. It really is more of a reminder, more of something that can bring you to light of what's to come. And then typically by the middle of the week, I'll start adding more notes, more lists, so that I can obviously complete those priorities and to-dos within time. So yeah, not too much, like I said, going on for the week. There's a lot of just packing, a lot of preparation for the spring break outline. But other than that, most of it is getting in tune with that mid-year performance check-in that I'm having with my manager, and then getting ready for how I can better prepare myself for the end of this current school year. So I like it. It's been fun. And I actually really love the way I designed this week's planning inserts. I love this washi tape, and honestly, I don't even remember where I got this washi tape from. Washi tape is just one of those things where I just literally purchase and buy and end up realizing later on that I had this beautiful design. But as I mentioned, a really great way for you to just keep in tune is highlighting the hour that you have something going on, especially if you're working with hourly inserts, and then just writing a quick snippet of what it is. If it's something like with my routine, I'll actually add the Ibiza dots from Cloth and Paper at the very top and bottom. I don't track my actual routine on here. I use Notion for that. But my A5 planner is always priority. It's always where I kind of get a sense of what's going on for the day, what's going on for the week. And then I get a little bit more detailed about my blog or about my, skincare reading routines throughout my Notion planner. So yeah, lots of good things happening, and I'm excited for this week. I'm excited for the wedding that's to come. And I'm so glad that you were able to be here. Just